So, Aston Villa, after securing a 2-0 win on Saturday, Danny Ings made an instant impact, scored one of the goal of the season contenders already. He's going to have a major impact in Aston Villa's outcome in terms of league position. But let's fixate on the question: does Aston Villa have what it takes to be in the top 7 or 8 of the Premier League?
I certainly believe so. I certainly believe so. Now, when you look at the team sheet of Aston Villa, you will not come across anymore with people who are recognizable in a sense. You still have some great footballers in there, which a true footballing fan will understand that the talent that they possess. But if you put the team sheet in front of a casual football fan, you're not going to be coming across someone who's going to say, "Oh, I know that guy." And I feel like what they have really built over here, it's to do with more than what an actual name is. Selling a player like Grealish and bringing in the replacements is what's been necessary for Aston Villa for quite a long time. Because if you've been given $100 million, £100 million, seriously, for a player like Jack Grealish, I think he wasn't worth that much considering his actual raw talents. But his marketability was certainly there. A club like Aston Villa was not able to exploit that. A club like Manchester City absolutely will exploit that. So, with that said, the actual understanding between these players, if you really saw the game against Newcastle United, not really showing them any side of goal and taking control of the game, being absolutely brilliant on the ball, and then having a lethal young forward in front. I have to go with Aston Villa making a big impact in this Premier League season and even getting some points off the big six.
I have to agree there, actually, even though they lost on the opening day against Watford City. But the thing with the teams who are in the relegation battle is pretty straightforward. They come in with courage, they come in with heart and bravery, and eventually they burn out by Christmas, and then it is easy to get 3 points at home or away against the relegation teams of the Premier League. So that was the loss against Watford. I won't take that too much to heart if I was an Aston Villa fan, because there are great things ahead. And as you mentioned, United drew with Southampton on Sunday. So if United can draw with Southampton, who have a shell of their former squad, and they were poor last season. So now they are even weaker, but they got a point of Manchester United. So these things can happen, but Aston Villa are likely to make an impact. Look at the signings they have made. They got Leon Bailey, who was at Leverkusen. I think he's the perfect Jack Grealish replacement. Sure, he will take time to settle in, maybe a month or a month and a half, 4 or 5 fixtures, but he will deliver and he will contribute to Aston Villa's season. Other than that, they got Buendia. What a player he is! 16 goals and 17 assists in the Championship last season. Brought Norwich City back to the Premier League, but obviously he wasn't going to overstay at Norwich City. That club is not on his level, and he certainly needed to upgrade himself to a better team. And Aston Villa is the right destination. They got Ezri Konza, who is a player from the previous season. I think he will only mature as a centre back this season. Tyrone Mings can be very good on his day and is very useful. Now, the most important player is Danny Ings. In his 189 appearances for clubs like Burnley, Southampton, he has copped up 81 goals and 25 assists. That is not a bad record when you consider the kind of teams he has played with. So, Danny Ings instantly made an impact. He's a threat from set pieces. He's a threat in the air. He's a threat when it comes to running with the ball in spaces and finishing chances, which are even half chances. Dennings he has the ability and the experience to finish those chances as well. So that is why I think Aston Villa have a very good shout this season to be better than the previous one, and actually be better than teams like Wolverhampton Wanderers, Everton, and even Arsenal. I would throw that in there.
The only reason I'm going to count off Leeds is because of their pragmatic setup. It's a team that's not out there to really take points, it's out there to entertain, specifically against the Big Six. They are very open with their play. They like to take chances. And because of that, the likelihood of them losing points to Big Six is very, very huge. Compare that to with Aston Villa. Last season, again, they ended up taking points off the Big Six. I feel like this is similar disposition is in place this year as well, where if you come across a team without Van Dijk in terms of Liverpool, you can take points off them. And if you come across a side in Manchester United who's not really up and running with the new signings, you are likely to take points from there as well. And so those big 6 points are going to be hugely beneficial for Aston Villa's chances at finishing in the top 6 or even in the top 8 if you really feel like they're not as good as what they were doing last season. So I have to say that the forward that they've got up front in Ings, it kind of reminds me of a Jamie Vardy when he joined Premier League. People weren't thinking very highly of him. He reminded them of what he is capable on his day, taking every single chance that's been given to him, playing for a team which is not expected to perform at the level that they are performing at. Last season, Aston Villa was performing great in the first half of the season. They kind of ended up dropping off when the other teams picked up pace. This season, if they're able to keep it consistent, and once there isn't a spotlight on one particular player, I feel like it's going to be beneficial for a team like Aston Villa, who I think revel in the underdog kind of mentality. And if they go in with that mentality and they're able to really utilize it to the best of their ability, I have to go with Aston Villa over Everton, over Leeds United, and over Wolverhampton Wanderers as well.
Thank you so much for watching another video of FDTV.
It's been great to have you joining us. Again, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Every single subscription helps.
It motivates to put out more football content on a daily basis. Until then, see you next time. FDTV out.